Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of your training, or day 1 of video 2 of your training, okay? So what are we going to do here, okay? Um, we're going to go ahead and be talking about the consultant handbook and the product training guide, okay? Two very important things that you need to know and kind of study and, kind of retain, okay? Basically, there's some really good stuff that we're going to get into as well as you're going to be getting into here. So I'm showing you right now the consultant guide, okay? So this way you can see what we're about to talk about. This is your Scentsy Bible, my friends. This is really something you must know front to back, inside and out. You're going to want to read through this before even talking to your sponsor. This way, because as you're reading through it, if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and jot them down, right? And then ask your sponsor or anyone, a question that came up, and they'll be happy to answer it for you. Okay. If you joined in a month where you didn't get this in your kit, that's okay. You can actually find it in your workstation. Just simply search consultant guide. It'll come up and you'll be able to see exactly what we're talking about. Okay. If you go there and just search for it, you will find it. It's very important that you understand this. By going through, it's going to go through what's going to happen. Okay. So we're going to kind of talk about that. I talked a little bit about in the first video about your home tab and what it means. And that home tab will have a ton of resources for you, okay, to get started on, So it's going to have your first things first checklist. We talked about that in the video as well. So before we get into this guide, I can't, I've got to say to you, that you need to do as much of that first things first checklist as you can, okay? There are going to be parts where it's not possible, such as like closing your party, stuff like that, okay? But do your best to complete it all, okay? It'll be a checklist of items with boxes you can complete, basically, and I want you to complete, like I said, as many of those boxes as you can. Again, there's a few, like I said, that you won't like, closing out your party and opening your starter kit live, right? Those things you can't do because obviously your starter kit hasn't arrived and you haven't even had your party yet, okay? So those are a couple things that you're going to want to just try to get as much of it done as possible, okay? Just do those things that you can immediately, and when the other things come in, you can do those then, okay? I want you to learn that the first thing you should do when you joined is get your first things first checklist completed. Like, I can't stress this enough, guys. It's so important. You don't need your sponsor to tell you to complete it. You can do that on your own, okay? You are in control of your business. And that is why I keep bringing back those situations, okay? If you see me kind of looking down, it's because I'm just going over some notes that are so important that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about, okay? My ADH brain is at its finest at all times, okay? Again, we talked about in the first video, it's you that bought that kit, nobody else, okay? So be a business owner and complete the list. So number 2, okay? Go through your Scentsy Bible and see how it talks about getting your goal, setting your goals, right? We talked about this. What is your why? What is your goal here? Why, your why and your goals should tie in together. If your goal is to go ahead and retire from work, then or your why is, like I said, to go ahead and retire from work, then your goal should be to go ahead and put in as much of the effort as you can to go ahead and start to cut back and eventually retire from your job, okay? Or whatever your goal is, your why is, you need to associate your goals to it. That's the key to go ahead and being successful. Having goals and having actions with those goals, okay? But we're going to go over a couple things. We're going to talk more about things in the next video. and we're going to go over those. But before doing so, we're going to go over things quickly here. It's going to in the consultant guide. So the first thing we're going to talk about here in the consultant guide is, what's inside, right? It talks about awards and recognition, your goal alert, your party tips, your talking tips, your workstation and training, right? Gives you a little bit more about our mission and whatnot. So let's get started. We just talked about it. Check out your starter kit, guys. Go through it when it arrives, right? Look through it, understand it, smell it, feel it, embrace it, right? That is so important. Log into your workstation, and we just talked about this, right? Like literally, we just went over this here, as we just talked about here, okay? Log into your workstation and start the first things first checklist, okay? And then we just talked about goals, right? Set it and then go get it. And it's right here, guys. And it's a really neat thing is, when you get your hard copy of this book, or you could even print it out, put your goal there, right? And then say, I will schedule blank events every week to reach my goal, whatever the goal is, just to kind of give you an example of that, okay? Understanding the Scentsy product calendar. So the Scentsy catalog, usually spring and summer from February 1st to July 31st, and then we'll do a transition, right? In July to August, that is considered your transition month. That's where we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to phase out what is being discontinued for that season and moving forward, okay? So January and July are considered transition months at Scentsy, and during those months, everything that is being discontinued is pretty much 10% off, okay? It's pretty much on everything in the current catalog during that month. So you have your collections, right? And these are important to understand, okay? Your collections, your harvest, your holiday, your summer, your bringbacks, right? Your scent and warmer of the month. Guys, I am so animate about this. The scent and warmer of the month is the greatest thing you can do for your business, okay? It is top notch because it helps you see the warmer, feel the warmer, you possess that warmer, it is yours, okay? We're going to go over more of this as we go. Limited time offers, Scentsy Club, right? You're going to learn all about those things, but read through this. Here's where we talk about those rewards. We did briefly talk about this in video 1. The Shooting Star Award, how to qualify. You can write, I need to qualify by, and that's 14 days from the date you joined, right? Put that on your calendar, We also have the Sensational Start Award, which is basically 70 days, right? From that. One of the main goals that we shoot for here in Peace, Love, and Sense is as soon as possible, you want to go ahead and reach 1,000 cumulative PRV, right? Why? Simple. It gets you a certified pay raise from 20 to 25% forevermore. They'll never take it away from you, okay? So those are just some of the things that you can see here about the rewards and how to qualify for that. We talk about your how are you recognized, right? From sales awards to sponsor of the month, annual mentor awards, director consistency bonus, right? Circle of excellence, Ella's Kalilamuko award, right? Just some of the things. And of course, what's most important, right? Why are we all here? Pay. How we get paid. Essential consultants, certified consultants, how to access your pay portal, right? The compensation plan broken down for you in simple and easy to understand wording, okay? Here's your workstation. Now, this is important, guys, that we go over here, and I'm going to take just an extra about a minute or so. So how do you get there? Your dashboard, right? It talks everything about it. This is what I want to talk about. Customizing. Your personal web station is all about you and your story, your contact information. Look, you're important. You are valuable, and you have a story to share. So go out there and share that story, right? That's important. So when you're in doing that, right, and you're working through that, I want to kind of show you how that looks here. I can actually find it. Here, give me just a second. So you go into your dashboard. You're going to go over here to where it says My Account. You're going to go ahead and go onto Account, right? And here you're going to see where it says Website, Personal Website. Edit your personal website. I put a photo here. It's our logo, right? Tell your story. It's right here. Your join page. Put another picture, and you can go ahead and talk about your recruiting message, because it's never too early or too late to recruit. Okay. This here too is important. What's warming in your home? People want to know. If you haven't smelled our scents, you can read it, or you can wait till you get your kit to find it and smelling it, and then go ahead and put your favorite scents there. Okay? That's so important to do. All right? So customize your website. Share your story. Okay? These are your monthly special kits. And just, again, talking about how to launch, what to do, how to end that, all the types of parties you can do, in person, baskets, fundraisers, fairs and shows, one-on-ones, in-home, text, whatever, right? So many ways. And it just continues to go through that, okay? And then, of course, the most important page is the glossary, guys. This is going to tell you those words we're talking about: PWS, PRV, active, bonus, commission, compensation plan, upline, training, right? All these words that you'll know. And then a list of all the contacts, okay? So here's another thing that we're going to show you real quick is the product training guide. We're going to go over this more and more, guys. You can't sell to a person if you don't know what you're selling, right? So go through this, learn, right? Our warmers. Did you know that everything that we built, that we have here at Scentsy, is actually in-house except for our warmers and diffusers? How do I know these things? Because I've gone through this. I've read it. I've studied these things, okay? All of these things are important to you to know. So when a customer asks you, you're not stumbling and fumbling, you're able to go ahead and say, yeah, you know what? One of the greatest things about our diffusers, right, especially this one, let's say they're looking at the deluxe, is the fact that it can go ahead and it can last up to 35 hours of continued dispersal fragrance, right? You're going to learn about your mood makers, your oils, your purifiers, your diffusers and wall fans and plugins and goes and pods and all of these beautiful things that Scentsy has to offer. You're going to want to learn them, okay? And you're going to want to know these things so you can put them out there, okay? I hope this training helped you guys. We're going to be talking more in our next training, but this one here is just a little something for you to know going forward how to go ahead and be effective from day one, right? Hope it helps, guys. Take care.